Hello and welcome to another episode of Dungeon Boys. Last week, the party entered Moradin's storeroom only after two party members had a brush with darkness itself. What will they find in the storeroom? How deep does it go? Is anything down there? Find out in this episode. We'll pick up right where we left off last week. Jack and Arlo, while riding an elevator, have just heard an angry, disembodied voice inside their heads. Welcome to Dungeon Boys. Enjoy.
Jack,
Yes?
you say something?
No.
Okay. Alright, so,
Did you say something, Arlo?
no, I didn't say nothing.
Did you hear something, Arlo?
Maybe?
Shit. Then I did too.
What'd it say?
Of course the elevator works. It sounded angry. I've got an idea. Are we at the top yet?
Yeah.
Do I?
I want to just hop off of this thing, but we'll set it to go down to the bottom floor. It'll be down there waiting for us when we get there.
Right.
Okay.
Sound fair.
I'm going to hop off and have my hand on the control panel waiting on Arlo to hop off.
Okay.
We'll take the stairs down. They don't seem to be having any trouble yet on those.
Yeah, on the stairs, it's just like the other three, just dancing down, no issues.
Do I hear the elevators going up and down?
You see it. I mean,
Okay.
you're not like 100.
Did they hear the voice?
No.
Yeah,
I mean,
okay.
yeah, you guys didn't hear the voice.
And I tell Grim and Kate, are they playing with the elevator?
Most likely.
Well,
It seems.
it is hard.
Arlo does seem likely to play with
Any-
the elevator.
Any issues with that, Arlo?
Playing with the elevator or getting off right down?
Dropping the elevator down and getting off here and doing this manually.
Oh no, I'm good. As
Okay.
confident as the spooky voice in my head sounded,
I'm
I'm
less
gonna let it right
confident
now.
in the spooky voice itself.
Yeah.
Click, 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 click. Set it to 4, hop off the elevator.
As you do that, the elevator creeps down.
I want to lean out over the thing to watch it go down.
Arlo,
It made a different noise this time. Is that normal?
how far have they made it?
That was the very first elevator
Yeah.
music.
The evil voice says back to you, "I'm really working on my sound." No, it doesn't say that, obviously. But the elevator does, without issue, go down to the bottom.
Arlo,
I'm looking over the edge.
odd question.
Yeah.
About how far do you think you could run in 6 seconds?
Wait, what?
I'm asking for your movement speed.
25.
Okay. May I... They're pretty far ahead of us at this point, right?
Yeah, I mean, they're like probably 100 feet or so. They're on the stair. I picture you guys are on the stairs. Y'all are good to go down.
I was gonna.
Could I heft you down the stairs real quick to catch up with them?
Wait, what now?
Yeah, right, you go ahead and do
Jack.
everything.
Jack.
We'll come back to that.
No, just as soon as they started going down, Grim was gonna dash over to the stairs, grabbing
try.
arrows and getting over. But then once they, it'll work out because once they went back up, he was gonna kind of slow down and be like, oh, okay, all right.
Yeah.
So essentially, you guys are on the stairs walking down. There's no railing to these stairs. They're probably 20 feet wide. Plenty of area for you to walk down the stairs. Every step you make in this room echoes. Because it's, from what you can see, this is a big, empty room. You catch up. You grab Arlo. Whether he agreed or not.
I'm
Run
gonna
over
grab
there
him
to
by the back of the clothing.
Cat.
Yeah. And I'm just gonna run down the stairs with my full 40 feet of movement.
As you pick him up and run towards you, a voice rattles around in both of your heads. Adorable.
So I could just see it from everybody else's perspective. We're running down the stairs and you can hear Arlo going.
You're only down one step so far.
I heard it again. Did you?
Yeah.
Let's catch up with the group and see what's going on here.
Was he complimenting us?
No. I don't want to think about what it was.
No.
Okay,
Over there.
so you guys are meeting that you've met them on the steps.
Hey, good people.
Did any of you hear that
Hear what?
voice in your head?
None other than my own.
Yeah,
Said,
same.
of course, the elevator works, and then it called us adorable.
Well, might have been talking to me.
Let's Let's head down cautiously. We sent the elevator to the bottom floor. If we need it when we get down there, it'll be available for us, hopefully. It does go back up. We tested that.
Right.
But
Seemed
while
to
we were
work.
on the elevator, we heard something.
Didgeridoos.
Inside your head, Grim, bouncing around, no one else hears this but Grim, says, maybe if you'd worked harder, you'd be able to hear me.
And I say it out loud, but I just heard you.
Well, I know, because we was just talking.
Yes, Grim, that's what we were...
No,
the
not
voice.
you.
Did you
Not
hear the
you.
voice?
Yes, the voice. He said, maybe if you'd worked harder, you'd hear me. But I just heard him, so...
Worked harder.
I guess you're worthy.
Apparently so.
This whole dungeon has been all about hard work. I'm sure that'll come into play later. Let's
More than likely.
keep an eye out.
Well, while y'all do that, I'm going to power my stumpy little legs down these stairs, and I'm going to work hard to get to the bottom.
Yes, and good point, Arlo. Perhaps the elevator was a trap. Let's not take the easy way. Perhaps it is the more difficult path that is the right one.
Smooth ride once it got going.
See, I told you the stairs were the best.
Let's still keep an eye out.
Okay.
And can I roll a survival check to look for traps as we progress along?
Sure.
Do you want one for each set of stairs or just a general one?
Just roll one for the stairs and level real quick.
Okay. That's 8.
You do not detect any traps.
That'll mean much.
So, as you make it down to level 2, so far what you've seen in this dungeon, though, is that there's nothing really... Certainly there wasn't very much anything to see on the top level. And as you walk down to the second level, you can see, and looking down towards the third as well, there are racks where weapons used to hang. Looks like there were hooks where great tapestries used to hang as well. Like, you can see that, stretching around the room in some places, there are discolored spots where the wall is brighter than the area around it because there used to be a big something hanging there. There are places on the walls where maybe paintings were hung. You can see that this place is not empty, was not always empty. This place looks like it's been stripped bare at this point. But on level 2, as you reach level 2, everybody roll perception for me real quick.
Oh no, wait, that's not.
27.
Nice.
15.
16.
19.
Okay.
Be quiet.
You all have something catch your eye because it is, the first thing you've seen in this area. Kate doesn't really notice. She's probably, her teeth are chattering at this point. But against the wall, leaning up against it, is a skeleton sitting against the wall. It's wrapped in rags, clothing that has tattered over the years of decay or whatever. And the skeleton is wearing some things. It's the only clothing you've seen so far. It's wearing a pair of boots. But the rest of its clothes are pretty messed up. The boots, though, seem to be almost in pristine condition. It's got a little green hat on it. And the hat is kind of long and like a nightcap, but with
Like
no...
Link.
if you want to think of it that way.
I've looked for traps and seen none. Can I go inspect that?
You may.
I want to kind of poke Kate in the side. Hey, Kate, anybody you know?
Arlo, that's a skeleton.
Right.
Why
Look,
would
we
she
just got here.
I'm gonna take out
We just
my
got here.
lance.
I'm sure she did
And-
too.
Okay.
Well, she's been
Push
in
it,
this area
poke
for a
it.
while.
You poke
yeah.
it, and it falls over at the waist, and its arm flops over and drops towards you, and the arm is now laying right beside the boots, and on the end of the hand, you can see that there's a single ring still in the finger, and the ring looks like a single white feather wrapped in a circle on this creature's ring. And also on the boots, when you look towards the boots, there are on the sides, like the ankles of the boots, are a faded white sewn in wing, not wing, feather. No, wing on the boots, feather on the hand.
Okay.
Jack, what you find over there?
I don't know. These. I feel like I've seen these in a book somewhere. These look. I'm gonna take them off the skeleton,
Okay.
presuming that it doesn't kill me first.
It does not. It doesn't move.
Was the hat pristine or does it?
No, it's all tattered up.
Okay.
Just looks like clothes. How else do you put Easter eggs in a D&D
I
campaign?
don't know.
Just
I
clothes.
thought the hat was cute.
I liked it. I haven't played any of the games.
Does a dead dragon fly by it?
Yeah. I was half a second away from whenever the skeleton fell over, that like a single green jewel would fall out of its pocket.
Ooh, be scary.
And as it tinkles across the floor, you hear ding 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 ding. The Zelda fans will know.
I ain't played the game, so I don't know. I want to check them boots out.
You never played Zelda? Never
All
mind.
right.
I played Zelda.
You put
I
the
played
boots
Zelda.
on your feet.
Sure.
All right. You take off your boots and you put the boots on your feet. And as soon as you do that, you feel as though you could have done it a little bit faster.
Ooh.
I feel like these boots make you quick.
Sweet. And the ring.
The ring. Sorry, I have to go find it. I didn't print out all my stuff. The ring is a ring that makes you feel quite light when you leave the ground. You've just found boots of speed and a ring of featherfall. So,
Nice.
while you wear these boots, you have a bonus action. You can click the heels together. If you do, the boots double your walking speed or running speed. Any creature that makes an opportunity attack against you has disadvantage while your heels are clicked. If you click your heels together again, you end the effect when the boots property has been used for a total of 10 minutes. The magic ceases to function until you finish a long rest. And then a ring of featherfall. When you fall while wearing this ring, you descend 60 feet per round and take no damage from falling.
And I know all this.
Wow.
When you wear them, instant attunement sometimes with Dungeon Boys.
No damage from falling?
So this,
Wow.
That's what it say.
Fellows, I need these items. And as a group, yes, I'm a follower of Melora. I understand the laws of these things. We're supposed to split any loot we find, but if you let me keep these, I will give you their value in gold split between you.
wait, so do the rings, are they just like feathers?
It's like, it looks like somebody wrapped a feather around your finger,
But that's all.
but it's made of metal.
Yeah, it's made of.
Well, who wants just like a feather ring?
You know, Jack, if it's something that's going to help you, I'm fine with that. And I don't need your gold no how. It's all good.
Yeah, there's no monetary compensation necessary. We all have pretty powerful items on us.
Excellent. I know the man I was before has a few items that I didn't sell. I don't even know what they do. I'll have to speak with you about what y'all have done this far.
I recall Jack had a rock, told him how far he was.
I was
under
just
the
going
earth.
to say that. Yes, you should put on the rock.
Yeah.
How
What?
far down are we?
Idiot would buy.
You, apparently.
I don't even remember how it works. I'm
It's called like the depth finder or something.
gonna like shake it and like listen to it.
It's like one of those little like Orbeez where he's the...
Whenever you say it,
Like a magic 8-ball.
whenever you shake it, you hear. You are 666 feet down.
You say six feet.
666 feet down.
We're gonna need to descend another level.
Yeah.
We are currently over 600 feet underground.
Well, dang.
Yeah, that's all it does.
Oh, not meters.
I'll put it back in my pocket. It said feet.
If you are a diehard Dungeon Boys fan, please come tell me what that item does. There's no way I find the Reddit thread I found that item on again.
So, again, I understand that everyone seems to be okay with this, but I still don't feel quite right about it. I will forfeit any other loot that we find in the rest of this dungeon.
How about I steal it from you and then you steal it back from you? Will that make you feel better?
How could he steal it back from himself?
Hey, Eros.
I don't know.
Put
I
on
thought
this
I just.
ring
Okay.
and knock him off the edge.
Did that happen?
No.
I wish it
we're going
did.
to have to deal with that.
I want to test out the boots.
Okay.
I want to see how fast I can get down this next flight of
Like
stairs.
a 8-year-old in the shoe show.
Do they light up?
They do light up.
I know that makes you faster.
Yeah.
Air Jordan, they got the pump on.
I still have the rock that shows the light. Nothing new I see it happens, right? Nothing new.
What are you talking about? Oh, the light rock?
Yeah, the light rock. We don't see anything new, correct?
Remember the torches, they lit all the way down.
Oh, well,
and I
So your
unclicked the
light
heels.
is not really revealing anything extra right now.
oh, I thought we were at the bottom. Never mind.
No, you're not.
Okay,
You're just on
never
level
mind.
2.
Oh, never mind.
I literally just
Neither
used
do
like
I.
a 6-second single
Okay.
use of it.
It double. What did it say?
You can use a bonus action if you do double your walking speed, and any creature that makes an opportunity attack against you has disadvantage on the
Okay,
attack
yeah.
roll.
So you just ran 60 feet instead of 30.
Yeah. I have 10 minutes of it collectively. I can click them to activate them and click them again
Yeah.
to deactivate them.
You're really going to be able to take advantage of me on this one if you feel like it. I'm not checking that.
Okay.
So I hope I would like for you to.
That is 100 rounds of combat.
It is.
I understand that we can probably manage that if we have something like 30 fleas to fight.
The fleas all have legendary actions.
Yeah. But
It's just jump.
I'm almost certain I will never run out, but I will try and keep track of it.
Okay, perfect.
Okay. Yeah, in game. Not in game. Like let's
Okay, gotcha. Kate says, "You certainly do seem faster."
Yes. I like these very much. And I wanna walk back up to, if they're still on steps, I wanna walk back up to them. And then with like a running start, I wanna like jump down the staircase to the next level.
Okay,
I have the ring on.
gotcha. Yeah, you run, you jump, and you feel no damage from the fall, and you can tell that you're falling more slowly than you thought you would.
Excellent.
I'm like looking out over the side. Jack, you all right?
Yes. Better than all right.
How you get better than all right?
Because I think I have an answer to the dark being that spoke to me last night.
Do we want to have this conversation a little closer?
Come on down. I haven't found any traps yet.
What?
Hello, get down here!
The sound bouncing back and forth.
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
we
we're
should
gonna
get down there.
We need to go down there. He seems kind of mad now.
Yep.
To the stairs.
As they begin walking grim inside your head again, you hear,
Don't worry, Grim. There's something on the next level for you.
Oh, is it a lollipop?
Oh, he gets a lolly.
Oh, my God.
Are y'all heading down?
Yeah, I'm heading.
Yeah.
We're heading now.
okay.
We're right there with you, man.
So you guys descend down the stairs.
Menacingly.
Menacingly, you descend down the stairs. On the third level, it's the same story. This place seems to be picked clean, and again, I hope you guys are picturing like a big open area that's empty.
Yeah.
You know, the walls are bare. They look like they used to have things on them. You can tell there used to be piles of treasure around. More walls with gold stripped off of them. You can see like little just pin-sized pieces of stuff left behind. But this place seems quite bare. But the focal point of this area is.
Hang
I
on,
feel like this
before
is
you
a
get
mall
to the
built
focal
in the
point,
80s.
does anyone else feel like this place has been ransacked?
We've gone down to your level now?
I assume.
It does seem that way, yes.
Yeah, something seemed to be missing.
I just thought explorers were just hijacking this place.
I see spots on the wall where things should have been. It's odd.
Well, I tell you what, there wasn't a whole lot of treasures and fineries and things like that back in town. I wonder where it would have gone to.
I don't know.
Do you think it'd be like the explorers that died here?
But
Could
then,
be. Who would have taken it out?
exactly.
Well,
Perhaps we'll
Greedy
find
people?
something ahead.
An echoing voice that you all hear, that you hear bounce across the walls. Dust shakes loose as the stairs and floor rattles beneath you. You hear,
He took it!
oh my God.
All right,
Holding up a hand.
that was angry.
Yeah. Anybody else get that?
Do we want to signal
I heard
when we
it.
hear it? Hand up. Yeah, I heard that one.
Yeah.
I heard it.
Oh yeah.
Everybody raise a hand when you start hearing things from now on.
Kate,
We don't know if it'll start affecting us at some point.
I was just gonna walk around with both hands up in the air.
Kate's hand is up. Also, I hope that probably peaked real hard, but Kate's hand is up as well, and she says, "I'm definitely afraid of whatever that is."
Well, I heard he took it, but for one person to take a whole bunch of stuff out of here, either it had to been something way off about this person, or I don't know.
I'm betting it's a greedy person, not Melora's person. Not Melora's. I'll give you that. Not Melora's.
This is Moradin's place.
I know that, but didn't you say that Melora's don't like take everything?
Oh.
Yeah, not Melora's.
Melora is one of the gods. She's the god of adventures.
I know.
Okay, just making sure.
Tell you one thing I know, I don't believe there's a lot of answers right here. I think
Probably
that
not.
I think they might be a little bit farther down.
Yeah.
Melora did not answer my prayers last night. I wonder if this is some test.
Could be.
Shall we descend another level?
Do you think he's talking about that little god we met?
No.
Likely.
God would never do that.
But Garl also said that this thing lies.
Yeah.
Right.
So maybe
but-
that person that says they took it is a lie. Maybe he took it.
Well, Grim, this is Garl.
And what does that mean?
It's Garl.
He's missed his tubes didn't work?
It is true that
What?
Simon's tubes didn't work.
Tubes?
Oh, you
Yeah.
don't know about that.
Yeah.
We
Simon,
we can tell you
tubes
that.
way too small. We'll
later.
get back up on that.
Yeah, I'm gonna look over at arrows.
No, I'm
For the present
Jack,
moment,
I'm lost
going
as
to
much
choose
as
to
you
put my
are.
trust in Garl. He has not led us astray. Now, the time may come when we are at odds with him, but at the present moment,
Oh no, yeah, you're right. Garl's good people right now. Right now.
right now,
Right now.
Yeah, I pray to go.
so we are.
I'm Garl.
Right.
I'm
But-
Garl's follower, so
I still say we ain't finding a whole lot here on this level.
Oh no, definitely not.
So we go back up, we keep on going down.
Let's go down. I don't. Not much point in going back up. All this would be for nothing.
true. Well, except for him, of course. He got some cool loot.
When we start distrusting our friends, we're going to start a downward spiral. So perhaps Jack kind of looks at the stairs that they've been spiraling downwards on.
Yeah.
Not intended. Perhaps we should just follow what we believe in our hearts at this point, and if we find that we have been led astray, then we can deal with it afterwards. But we shouldn't question those who have helped us in the past for now.
Fair enough.
Fair enough, too.
We still got to find the orb.
Yeah.
Level 3 then.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do it.
As you turn, Grim intrepidly leading the way, you notice the focal point of this level of the treasure room before you pass by to go to the stairs is a large wooden mannequin, but like for giants, like a tailor's mannequin, but for giants to be measured upon, or to have like maybe a suit of armor or something to hang on to. And on that mannequin, you notice that there is a belt. The only thing left on this mannequin is a leather belt. It looks, kind of tattered, kind of ragged a little bit. The belt buckle seems scarred, as if it has seen much wear in battle.
The belt of ugly.
And around that belt are some jagged stones sewn into it all the way around.
I approach the belt.
All right.
And I grab the belt.
When you grab the belt, you immediately feel stronger. You're already strong, but you can feel extra strength pulsing through them veins.
I like the belt.
Hey, Graham, what's that there?
So strong, you rip the belt in half.
Grim like turns to Arlo, and he's kind of it's one he's like holding the belt like it's just kind of draped over, and he's just like, it's a good belt.
Like that one arm he's holding it in is like beefy.
So, Grim, when you hold this belt, your strength score increases to 23, if it's not already that high.
It's not.
Okay.
Hey, Graham, before you put that on. Now we just heard an angry voice up in the brain meat that said he took it. Like all the stuff we was talking about was been missing.
Hold up. They could have been talking about Jack, too. But then, Gaul... This might be the dude that Gaul was talking about, saying he is, like, a liar or something about that. So
I'm just saying, y'all picking up a bunch of stuff. I'm just saying. Somebody talking in your brain saying you're picking up stuff and didn't sound too pleased about that.
Jack seems like he's very pleased about his items, and it seems like it's specialized to him, and that belt seems like it's really good for him. If all of these floors are going to help us, maybe we should go a little bit deeper, and maybe maybe like the last floor, we might find this orb. We don't know.
Arlo's like looking out over the edge again. You really reckon it's down there?
And Kate, maybe you might find a really good bow.
Good.
Maybe.
Good bow. A
think-
special bow.
Good.
We ain't gonna find
these-
nothing going back up though.
These items are physical. There's nothing intangible about them. And we're gonna need all the help we can get. It seems whatever's down there it's powerful.
Right.
And Gaul
This is
seems
true.
pretty mad about this dude, so I'm pretty sure if we could kill it, we could still have Gaul on our side.
As you say the words "kill it," you hear just echoing laughter bounce up from the bottom.
Perhaps easy on the killing language.
Okay, so
Almo
maybe
seems pretty happy down there. Something funny going on.
Menacing laughter.
maybe we could just talk to it then.
We'll start there,
Yeah,
but
That's-
we'll have to get there first.
yeah.
Arlo's dense enough. Laughter's laughter.
So what does the boat
It
do,
could be a
Grim?
3-year-old birthday party to him.
Oh yeah, did you want to? Oh, you already meted it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's a
So-
belt of the stone giant.
you found a magical item that suits you as well.
Oh yes, I know what it is basically. Well, I don't know exactly what it is.
But when
I
you
guess.
put it on, like it's a magic item, it shrinks to your size and it and you can tell that it makes you exactly 3 strength points, stronger or whatever.
Nice. This appears to be a belt of strength of some kind. I am much stronger than I thought possible.
Incredible.
Wait, stronger.
Yes,
From the belt.
from the belt.
I'm faster from these shoes.
Huh. Yeah, let's get down that other level down there.
Yeah, although you might be taller.
No. Just come on now. Let's get down there. Arlo is like leading the way, like marching on, holding that staff up like
Yeah.
the parade director.
Okay.
Come on now, let's keep going.
All right, you guys make it down to level 3, walking down the steps.
Come on, chop chop.
You're walking down the steps, and the focal point of this, well, it's not really a focal point, but it's really the only thing that's left down there is that there's nothing shiny left in these rooms. That ring wasn't, it was dull and not too valuable looking. The boots were still leather. They just had special little wings on them. That belt had rocks on it, looked tattered. It didn't look very valuable.
And then there's Arlo, the dimmest of all.
The only thing left down here, there's several pieces of like wooden furniture that's tattered. Some of them are losing legs, like they're busted up pieces of furniture. Again, there's places where things used to hang on the walls. Just this place again has been stripped bare of all its treasure. But on the wall as you walk by, it catches all of your eyes a little bit. You can see on the back wall there's a small wooden vanity, and sitting on that vanity, you barely see it, is a little brown box about the size of a deck of cards.
Can I eyeball it real good
You may
to see what it is?
eyeball it real good. You gonna touch it or anything?
I'm gonna kind of poke at it and like flip it around and stuff. You know what I mean? Just
Okay.
I'm not picking it up. I'm just like.
You poke at it, and whenever you touch it, this item kind of reveals to you what it is. It's obviously a very magical box. It contains something of power. The longer you hold it, the more you know what this box is. And at this point, Kate's interested too. She's leaning up. She's trying to figure out what's going on. I don't know if you guys are also interested in this little box, but Arlo is over here, reaching up and grabbing this box. and you touch it, and you realize that there's something in this box, but when you shake it, there's nothing there.
Story of my life.
Yeah. No matter how many times you shake it, there's something there. All the men in the room know that. You can't leave the bathroom with nothing there. There's always one more drop.
Okay.
All right. Anyway, so you shake the box, and the box kind of reveals to you what it is. This box contains nothing tangible, but it contains a memory.
What's it smell like?
Pineapple.
When you get close and smell it, it smells like wood, but also there's some rot in there. There's something negative. There's something not so right inside this box.
Yo, that box over here.
I go to Arlo and like, are you not gonna open it? And I'm just like, I'm gonna start to hold it and see if I could.
You can take it out of his hand?
Well, like, I'm gonna ask him, could I hold it?
Here, look at this. What's this? What does that smell like to you?
Negativity. I assume. I don't know.
It smells kind of gross.
Yeah.
When you get close, you can barely smell it, but something seems off. Smells off.
Yeah.
Uh,
Maybe we don't need to open it.
There's been one for each of us so far. Perhaps this is something for you, Arlo?
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm looking at vanity over there.
I did break your mirror.
That's true. That's true. I'm thinking about my
I
mirror.
never did apologize for that. I'm sorry about that, by the way.
You owe me a mirror.
If no one's
It's
gonna.
vanity.
You take that with you.
I can carry it more
I,
easily.
wanna- I love how I just went straight into that. I want to see if I can get the box back from Arrows.
Okay.
All right, you reach.
I'm like
So I was
reaching
about to
up
say that
it.
it feels like magical, right?
Yes.
Okay, then. Yeah, Arlo, it feels like magical. Maybe it is something not negative, rotten, or something.
I want to take it back.
Yeah, and yeah,
I'm gonna hold it in both hands.
All right.
If you feel off about it, perhaps we should investigate this vanity first. Maybe it's something that fits together.
Could be. I'm gonna go over.
Okay.
And I'm gonna climb up to sit on top of the vanity.
Okay.
Old great head talking spirit. I open this.
You can do as you please.
What?
Oh.
Java wants to update.
Wow. What timing?
Yeah.
Woo. We got a Windows notification on that one.
You can do as you please. It contains a memory.
Memory, huh? I'm gonna kind of tear at the edge a little bit.
Did
See
we
if
all
I
hear
can-
that?
Huh?
Did we all hear that?
No, just Arlo.
I'm just
Alright.
tearing at the edge, see if I can peek inside.
Arlo, did it say something to you?
Yep, there's some memory down in there.
As you try to pull it open, like you can't. You can tell it's going to take you some effort. It doesn't look like there's going to be any peeking in this box.
I'm gonna start chewing on it to try to get it open. It's that Amazon package you just can't get open. Yeah, I'm getting it open.
All right, so you pop it open.
Yeah.
And as you pop it open, your eyes turn somewhat white, and a memory rushes into your head that's not yours. You picture immediately, and you guys can all see him sitting on this vanity as he pops open Arlo was his goofy little self trying to give him, hey guys, I'm gonna open up this box, whatever. And he pops open this just the size of a deck of cards, and he pops it open, and then immediately he freezes. His eyes turn completely white, and it's just he's not even really seems like Arlo anymore, and he kind of twitches a little bit. And Arlo, inside your head,
Arlo, are you okay?
Hello?
you can't hear him. You're experiencing a memory right now, but it's that foggy.
There's on hold music playing.
It's that foggy kind of flashback look that movies do, is where around you're behind the eyes of someone that's not you, and around the edges is tattered and foggy, and you're in the body of someone who's not as tall as a regular person, but not as short as you, and you're stomping into someone's chambers. And whenever you stomp into their chambers, there's a woman laying in bed in beautiful, almost vibrant, glowing white linens that she's sleeping in. She's sleeping, her head is straight up. At the side of her side table is a gorgeous, ornate sword. There's a there's a pack hanging on a chair inside of her bedroom, but she's sleeping soundly. And you see yourself reach down and grab the hammer that whoever this is holding in their hands. This great, large, just godly looking hammer. And they take the hammer over their head and smash the woman's head with it.
Ooh.
She doesn't even get a chance to reach for her sword. Twice, 3 times. As blood soaks these, just vibrant white linens.
Huh.
And you come back to reality.
Take any piece of that box it was in and try to put it back together. Nope. Gotta keep that right there. Nope.
Arlo,
Nope.
are you back with us?
Nope. Yep.
What happened?
Nope.
Bad?
Yep.
All right. We should probably discuss it. It could be important.
One other thing that you realize after that you come back to it is that you know exactly what this box does. And now that you've used it one time, you know that this box can store the memories of whoever owns it. But if someone else opens the box, they experience that memory, and then it's gone forever from the person who gave it who owns it as well.
So now one of my memories is in the box?
No, you have not. You didn't put anything in there.
Oh.
You opened it, and whatever was in there, you experienced, and now whoever originally had it is gone.
Gotcha. So now the box is now...
Yes.
Well, does anybody know it was a lady with a big old sword and looked like might have been some kind of adventurer?
What was she doing?
Just taking a nap.
Okay. That doesn't sound horrible.
No. But then what I assume now might be a dwarfy person come in and smash her head in.
Oh,
That is different.
Yeah,
that took a turn.
right.
You got this from the box?
Right. Y'all don't touch that box.
Okay.
Don't touch the box.
What does the box do?
You're still holding it, Arlo. It's empty.
Yeah.
There's nothing else in there.
Yeah.
I mean, like.
I'm climbing down off the little vanity thing, and I'm just
Yeah.
putting that box right back.
Okay. Well, I'm saying like it's not empty physically. Like that memory's gone.
Right.
Okay.
But just me as all, it's like I'm just shaking.
Gotcha.
Like
Okay.
I'm putting that box.
And as you put the box back, everyone hears this voice again, and it's thundering. It's not inside your heads. You're hearing it. It's thundering throughout this cavernous room, and you hear.
I have the strangest feeling that I wish Garl had opened that box.
Slow hand going.
We all hear it?
Yeah.
So
Like,
it was.
I know it's like audible now instead of
Yeah.
but
So it was for Gaul.
maybe.
Hard to tell.
Jack,
He said he wishes so.
what does Melora look like?
I'll
And
tell you. Just give me a moment.
yeah, DM check here.
Yeah. She's like a tall, capable, somewhat burly woman, but beautiful. And she's got long, braided hair, typically in the pictures of her. She carries a very godly-looking sword, as well as a pack. And she looks exactly like the lady who got her skull crushed.
So when
in
Jack
Arlo's
describes
memory.
that, when Jack describes what Melora's appearance is, I want to walk over to Jack and just give him a hug around, like grab both legs.
What are you doing, Arlo?
I think what I saw was Melora getting dispatched, so to speak.
Hand me the box.
Jack, I don't think the box gonna work no more.
What do you mean?
I think it was holding something inside, and then I turned it loose, and now it's gone. It's vaporified.
So the box does nothing now?
I mean, you could probably put something in it, like some rocks.
Put that memory back. Put it back in.
I got very few,
I need to know this, Arlo.
but I don't think I can put it in there.
The best you could do is put the memory of you remembering what you saw in it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So me out of character. I thought you were saying
No,
like
it's
the
not
box
done.
is now
No,
like
it
done.
still works. It still does what it does. You just emptied it by taking what was in it.
All right. Hold up. Hold up. And I'm gonna go and I'm gonna grab the box. And I'm like looking. Is there any instructions or?
No, you just know, you can feel it as you hold it. You can feel that you can put it in there.
All right. I take the box.
Is it working, Arlo?
Hold on. I gotta get better reception. And I'm like mashing it to my head and willing the memory of that memory to go into
inside your head. You can hear the and the box closes itself. The box closes itself. You know exactly what you put inside. You still continue to have it in your brain currently.
Right.
And the box now has a memory in it.
I'm going to open this
So,
and it's going
do
to be
I
like a
still
50s cartoon with like a sun and a smiley face on it.
It's
Everything's
Felix the
dancing.
So I now have put that memory in the box.
Mm-hmm.
Do I still remember
You possess it. Current. You still
Until the box is opened again.
So this is like VHS copy of the something else that was on the yes.
Yeah, it's
okay.
it's not as good as it was originally. It's you remembering what you saw.
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay. So I take the box and I hand it to Jack. If anybody sees that on the camera. I hand it to Jack. Jack, I'm going to tell you now, it's pretty rough.
I have to, Arlo.
Are you sure you want to open that right now?
I have to know for certain.
And I'll let go of the box.
Okay.
All right.
You open it again. You see the image of a dwarven height person walk into Melora's room, her chambers, at wherever they, the gods take their residence, wherever she's staying, wherever she is at the time. You see, from behind the eyes of whoever did this, them grab, a stately looking hammer and just, while she's sleeping, just smash her head open.
I'm going to close the box back.
Arlo, you instantly don't remember what you put in. You don't remember the thing that you put in there.
Does he remember that he was going to put a memory in it, though?
Mm-hmm.
And all that?
Yeah, I told you it wasn't going to work.
It worked.
What?
There's not many gods who are about dwarf and or gnome height, and there's only one that I know of wields a hammer. I will have words with him, and I want to hand him the box back.
In confusion? All right, then. So what's in the box?
Nothing now. It's whatever you want to put in it. But don't put anything in it you're not willing to lose.
I don't remember what was in it the first time.
It's probably for the best. I'll tell you about it later.
As you guys have this discussion again, this echoing voice comes through with laughter. Oh,
I remember from hearing what you've said I put in that box. And I really hoped that Gaul
would have opened it, and then another booming voice echoes in. The final booming voice that's different that you'll hear in this room. I'm sorry you're in the God's vault. Things get wonky in here. Another voice you hear say, essentially in this room, you hear another God speak.
I loved her! You wretched fiend! You loved only gold, but I loved her. She didn't know it, but I loved her and you took her from me. Would that I could finish you myself.
Dust rains from the ceiling. Rocks
up.
rocks begin to shake off the walls. That was, you haven't heard anything that loud in here yet.
Well,
I don't have any reservations about what we should do when we reach the bottom of this.
Well, did you get anything good, Arlo?
If we can do what you think we should do.
I'm going to jump off the edge.
I want to jump onto his back.
I'm aiming for the elevator.
Alright. Oh gosh. Okay.
wait. Grim, grab that vanity.
I'm already...
All right, so things that
You
will
owe me. You said you owe me a mirror. You take that vanity now.
I'll come back for it.
Nope, grab it.
All right, so that probably wasn't said, but Jack, you do jump off the edge and
Yes.
head for the elevator.
No.
You do jump on his back.
I'm totally telling Grim, grab that vanity. You owe me a mirror.
Okay, all right,
Yeah,
cool.
it happens.
Okay, it happens. Canon. Kate looks towards Eros and say, "Guess we're taking the stairs."
Yeah. And I beeline to the stairs.
All right, you guys are both running to the stairs. I'm not sure how to judge Featherfall with a person on your back. For the sake of what's happening is, it works. It may not work that way next time.
I'm willing to take some damage if you want to do like a D10 or something.
So
it definitely limits your damage, and it's not that far. So let's roll a D4, and you take that damage on your knees.
If you take no damage, but it lessens.
Grim doesn't take any damage.
It's
Using it as
lessening
a cushion.
everything. Like your legs embed in the ground up to the knee, pretty much. But you're totally fine.
Grim, get off me. I want to elbow him wherever I can reach.
Gotcha.
Are we still falling, or are we like on the thing?
You've landed
We've
on.
splattered on the...
You guys landed
thing.
on the platform of the elevator, which
It's
is on the
ground
fourth
floor.
level.
Right, or fourth level. Yeah. Okay. So I roll off.
Gotcha.
Hanging on like some kind of spider monkey.
As you roll off onto the elevator, you roll onto your side and look down, and there's a staircase, and there's one more level down, but the torches aren't lit down there.
Do it
So,
again.
so between me and Grim, is there a 30 feet gap?
Currently, yes.
Okay.
It's okay. I was more giving Eros a look as to what's going on.
Because,
I'm just marching down the stairs fast as I can.
Oh yeah, sorry, Arlo.
I think I know what John's
I just
doing.
pictured you flying
Yeah.
with them.
because I don't know if I can telepathically speak to them.
Okay.
Because it's a 30 feet radius when I can do that. So can I, if it's just exactly 30 feet?
I'm saying it's more than 30 feet currently.
Okay, then I can't do that.
Gotcha.
Okay, then. Then I just keep going up.
Okay.
Go
Down.
up.
Down.
Yeah, well, yeah, down. Same thing.
Wrap it, Kate, we're heading home. Wrap it up.
Arrow
Yeah.
said, nope.
When he said beeline for the stairs.
Yeah.
All right, so you head to the
Downstairs.
stairway. Arlo is with you as well. I assume everybody's beelining it to the stairs. You guys all meet up at the elevator on the 4th floor, but you can all tell that below you there's one more set of stairs that goes down as Grim casts light on a bunch of rocks and dumps them down there, dimly lighting the bottom of the storeroom. But you can tell that this 300-foot square that you've been in, the ceiling is much lower on this level, and on one side it continues to go backwards kind of underneath the rest of it. So there's a lower, long
alcove
room.
thing.
Yeah.
I extend out a hand. If Jack isn't already up, I help him up. And I say, Jack, listen. If it is what we think it is, then it's not going to be simple or easy. But I will help you do whatever you plan to do.
Is there anything else in this room? Is it just like empty or?
Right, on this level,
Yeah.
there's nothing here.
He's not here, Grim. He's farther down.
Well, yes, that I know.
I have to. It's not a choice. I have to do this. You understand?
I do.
If
Yes,
you're
sir.
with me, then let's go.
I'll follow you.
Everyone arrives for the tail end of this conversation. Everyone else around now?
So I want to ask Jack. Jack, I saw something that you saw in the thing. What you saw and why we're running down these stairs.
I believe that was the last memory put in that box was a memory of Moradin put in the box. He put a memory of himself murdering Melora
Oh, shoot.
in her sleep.
Where's he at?
That's what Garl was shouting about.
Nope, where's he at?
Well,
Lower, I believe.
presumably down.
Everyone group up. You'll be faster as long as you're with me.
We're going to get his Bobley Rock. We're going to deal with him. And we're getting out of here.
Yeah, Eros is kind of just like a little bit ticked off that Gaul is mad now because, like, well, he kind of lied to Gaul. Well, the first 10 minutes of speaking to him and worshiping him, it's like, ugh, now I don't like him.
You
No.
don't? Wait.
no, I don't like the person that was smashing the dude.
Okay. Gotcha.
I should have.
All
The
those
first-
little stumpy
That
legs
dude
are
was
marching
all
him off into the dark room
Okay.
Nope, it ain't right. It ain't right.
Before we start to move, though, I turn to Kate with a broad smile. So, Kate, you remember when we met a god?
Get ready for this.
That's if that's not an episode cut, we need a commercial break or something. 'Cause
Yeah.
holy crap!
It's getting a little stuffy in here.
Oh my god! What a
A commercial break has been requested, so a commercial break you shall have. This episode of Dungeon Boys was brought to you in no small part by Coca-Cola with Coffee. This is, of course, not a sponsor. I'd just like to tell you that this disembodied voice really loves the vanilla Coca-Cola with coffee. It's really, really good. You should try it. Anyway, back to the episode.
boy! If that line didn't end an episode, which we don't know because of the way we're recording now, that line didn't end an episode. We at least had a commercial break. Hopefully, when editing, I thought to at least put in something funny.
Hopefully.
Did you laugh,
Ha 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 ha.
listeners?
I will.
I
Did
did.
you laugh?
I'll laugh.
A hee-ho.
I'll tell you.
A hee-ho.
Very funny. Very funny way to laugh, John. So, the last thing that was said was Zenas asked Kate, do you remember when we met a god?
For the first time.
And obviously Kate is not going to respond. All she can do is gulp and look down toward the darkness where she's going, because the understood response, or the point he's trying to make is like, we're about to try to kill a god, So that's what's about to happen, I guess. So you guys head down these stairs into the darkness, right?
Yeah.
I say try to kill a god.
Arlo said he was leading the way.
All right. Well, there's one thing you find
way.
down there before you find what you're looking for.
Is it a potato?
And I don't think you're going to like it.
Is it a ring that gives me greatness?
A ring that gives you greatness? No.
Okay, never mind.
In fact, at the bottom of the stairs, just sitting there as if,
Can I have a character moment before we do that?
Of course.
Grim, I'm ready to do this, but we're setting a precedent here. This is going to change a lot of things.
I think a lot of things have already changed, and from what Garl seems to imply, I'm not certain that this will matter that much.
I just realized that this isn't your original world, correct?
That is correct, Eris.
And I assume that the other Jack doesn't know that Valor is dead.
Well, I'm not certain that the other Jack cared too much for Melora.
True.
But-
According to Arlo and Grim, the other Jack was not much of a religious man.
Yeah.
But then there is hope for you, in that in your world, Melora may yet live.
Would be. I can only hope. But she is my goddess no matter what world I'm in, and this can't go unanswered.
While they're having a little conversation, can I do my ritual for commune with nature?
You may.
Okay. So that's
Commune.
yeah. So I do my little
Well,
quiet
how long
thing.
does it take?
Couple, like 10 minutes.
Okay.
So
You're going to need to stop them to do this ritual then.
all right. Well, while they're talking, I'll hang on just a second. So while they're talking, so
Okay.
so we're underground. So I've got a 300-foot area.
Mm-hmm.
I know about, let's see, powerful celestials, fae, fiends, elementals, or undead. Influence from other planes of existence, and terrain and bodies of water. For 300 feet. Up, down, left, right, all around.
Directly in front of you.
Oh, okay.
A big white blob.
There's however you sense it, I guess you close your eyes and you like kind of sense it in the darkness around you or something. Directly ahead of you, there is a powerful fiend, fae, celestial, undead, or,
Other.
other
Gotcha.
in front of you. It is there. There's a thing is there.
Okay. Can I tell if there's any other rooms or passages or anything like that?
Directly ahead of you, this hallway terminates at just a flat wall in the back. It's just like the room that you came down here in, the big open one, is like just another one of those, but it doesn't go up. It's just lengthwise. You got another flat kind of basement area. This room, the ceiling down here is only 20 feet tall, whereas of course the room you were in earlier is super cavernous, very tall. There was a lot more headroom above the level above you. Like when you're on level 4, the level 2 that was above you was far above your head. Here, the roof is 20 feet. You know, once you get into that lower area that heads down underneath the ceiling, it's only 20 feet tall.
Okay.
So let's say you guys are doing all this on before you hit the stairs.
Yeah. So whenever they're having their conversation, I'm doing my thing. So I get done doing my little thing. I want to go over and everybody huddle. I want to tell them exactly what I came across.
Other than that, you know you're inside a mountain. You can detect like the different creatures moving around, like earthworms and maybe a big giant worm somewhere way off.
Purple worm?
Yeah, whatever. Nothing that concerns you all, but at present you tell them about the where the room goes and that there is something big and powerful ahead of you.
Well, one thing I can tell you for sure is either he's down there or something else real powerful is down there. Y'all, is everybody sure we want to do this?
I believe so.
I don't know that we have much of a choice.
While he was doing his 10-minute thing, I want to walk over to Kate and put my hand on her bow, and I want to cast elemental weapon on it.
Okay.
Non-magical weapon you touch becomes a magic weapon. Choose a damage type. Kate, I can give your weapon a bit of a boost. What sort of damage do you want to do? Acid, cold, fire, lightning, or thunder?
What does the most damage to gods?
Imagination.
I suppose thunder will do.
We'll give it a
extra
shot.
imagination damage on that thing.
So yeah, thunder. +1 bonus to attack rolls, and add a d4 of damage when it hits.
Alright, so +1 to attack.
Yep.
And D4.
Yes.
Pretty good.
We're
Never
rolling up against a god. I'll take that. Hey, I'll take an extra D4.
Yeah.
And then, as soon as we're ready to head in, no, never mind. I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna waste another spell slot on her.
Okay. Gotcha.
She's gonna die anyway.
She says, "Thank you. I be forever in your debt. How long ever forever might be."
I wouldn't say forever though, because no, I'll just.
Well, hopefully we survive this. And I'm ready.
All right. So as you guys walk down the steps, Arlo is given the powwow. Everybody knows the plan, I guess, is to walk in there and try to fight God or a god. And you get to the bottom of the steps, and Arlo, since you know the terrain, you're first in line. And as you step on the bottom of the steps, your little gnome foot kicks a item. You look down, and there's a sword there. Short sword.
I want to see if I can pick it up.
You pick it up. It remains in its scabbard. Roll an intelligence check for remembering.
It's just
Yeah.
like,
Now you said
it's like
intelligence,
43
right?
long.
Yeah, whatever you roll to remember something, I believe, right?
It's just-
I guess that would be whatever history falls
I
under.
don't know. I have a stupefyingly low intelligence.
Well, don't worry about
What's a
it.
17?
You successfully remember. You recognize this sword looks a lot like the sword Burb used to carry.
I want to just crack it just a little bit.
The shouts, the screams begin to echo out. Burb, their old companion, Kinku companion from season 1 that disappeared at the beginning of season 2, used to carry a sword before he lost it that shrieked when pulled out of its scabbard. And that is this very sword.
Man. Alright, so I want to explain to them what I found. Y'all, I think I found Burb's sword. I'm putting it on like right now. Like I'm not losing this. I'm not putting it down. I'm putting it on my person.
Do you do that super quickly, or do you examine it at all?
I don't even bother examining it. I'm putting it on.
Okay, cool.
So, like, this is like a piece of our missing companion.
Gotcha.
So, and I don't want a chance losing it.
Cool.
So, it's Burb. I can't believe it. It's Burb's sword.
Burb who?
He was a companion. Why would it be down here?
I don't know. I thought he lost it going over the ocean when we was battling the gnome giant.
Was there something special about the sword? I heard it screech out of that sheath. It doesn't sound like it fits very well.
What? Oh, that's a good one. Well, whenever he would pull the sword, and I just kind of like mime it, I'm not actually doing it. It would make that shrieking noise. Probably better to disorient. So
I see.
right, but I don't know why it's here. He lost that over a boat going over the ocean. So
Well, perhaps Moradin's storeroom is more of a refuse bin for lost magical items.
could be. Burb was magical.
Well, we'll find him after we're done here.
Right. Well, let's get done here then. I want to use produce flame,
Okay,
so it just makes a on my hand.
gotcha.
So
Arlo produces flame. The darkness down here isn't necessarily magical, so it's dim. But you produce flame, adding some bright light to the room.
10-foot radius, dim light, another 10-foot.
Okay. And as you guys begin to walk forward, the only character I control, Kate, she, shakily puts her hand on her bow in her left hand and pulls an arrow from her quiver on her right hand and strings it as if ready to do battle against whatever's down here.
All right.
Walking forward.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm resolved. Like I have to get through this.
Roll a perception check.
Before we enter, can I cast Thunderous Smite on my lance?
You may.
Okay, I do that.
If anyone ever has seen Peaky Blinders on Netflix, the Netflix program Peaky Blinders, that show is gratuitous with its shots of a very cool, well-dressed family in Birmingham, England, back in mob times. They're very well dressed. They always look very cool, and the show is very gratuitous with slow motion shots of all of them walking abreast in a line in slow-mo towards a camera with a low shot as they brandish weapons or just look cool. And so currently that is exactly how I'm picturing all of you around Arlo, who is holding flame in front of him, slow motion walking down this hallway.
It's an 8.
Okay.
It's 5.
11.
Looking around.
27.
Okay. Grim, at the end of the hall, hold on.
Grim squints a little bit. He gets a
At the
better
end of the
perception.
hallway,
Zooms in.
through swirling like fog and dense air down there. It smells quite grimy down here as well. Excuse me. At the end of the hallway, you can see on a pedestal, emitting very dim blue light, a sphere.
Next time on Dungeon Boys, is that the sphere they're looking for? Is there a god down there waiting to kill them? Are they making a mistake? Is this too dangerous? Will someone die? Will I ever stop asking questions? Find out next week on another episode of Dungeon Boys. We love you very, very much.